This is Agent 001 from Autospies.com live at the 2007 Concours D'Elegance in Monterey at the Lodge at Pebble Beach. And if you've been coming to the shows, you know that all the classic cars are down on the course itself, but the hot, cool spot here to see the best and coolest cars is right here on the lawn in front of the Lodge at Pebble Beach, where we see the new Lexus LFA concept. First time I've ever seen it in daylight. Looks really, really cool. We've got the Lexus ISF in the flesh here in this sexy blue color, and the sun really sets it off. We have a number of concepts and cars that are going to be coming to your dealerships in the near future. One of my favorites is this Trailhawk Jeep concept. Unfortunately, for some reason, Chrysler always shows these amazingly cool concepts, and then by the time the cars actually hit the ground running, like the new Grand Cherokee, they couldn't get more boring. So, message to Chrysler, don't change anything on this car because it's really cool, and this is what the next Cherokee should look like. Then we come to the Dodge version of the Pontiac Solstice, or its Dodge version of the Porsche Boxster, whatever one you prefer. This is the Dodge Demon. Love these colors they show on the concept cars. Unfortunately, you know this will never make it to production because it's probably a $25,000 paint job. And then one of my favorites from the Detroit Auto Show, now I'm seeing it here in real life and it looks even cooler, is this Chrysler Nassau concept. Very Mercedes CLS-ish, but also with way more utility with the hatchback. I really hope this one makes it to market because I think this is a very, very attractive car. Well, I wouldn't call it a car, I'd call it almost a crossover, I guess. It's low like a car, but it's very crossover in feel. And then, of course, to be the most outrageous, whenever I see anything from Spyker, I mean, look at these guys, the stuff they put here is just amazingly creative. Is this their version of the Batmobile? This is the Spyker C12 Zagato, and look at the inside of this thing with the tufted leather and the aluminum. I think they do some of the nicest interiors of just about anybody out there. Just cool, in your face, outrageous. It's a very interesting car. They'll probably sell 2 in the world and still make a profit. One of the things we always have to do at Auto Spies is fight the other media trying to get good pictures and video cameras, and we do our best to give you great coverage. And here's one of the new cars from Bentley that you're going to see soon, the Brooklands concept. Beautiful coupe. Look at the roof line on this bad boy. I feel like I should be watching episodes of the Green Hornet when I see this thing. Now here's a trend that we hope really catches on. This is something that we've talked about at Autospies.com for a long time, and that is, where the hell are the 4-door full-size convertibles anymore? Where are those beautiful Cadillacs and really cool cars that you can take your family or your friends out on a nice drive through the city or by the ocean? Mercedes is going to try and hit it with the Mercedes Ocean Drive concept that's going to eventually hit dealers within the next year or so. And we hope it really catches on. I think there's a market of people that really want a full-size 4-door convertible, not a CLK, something that's real, in your face, and has some attitude. And I think what you're going to see is you're going to see car companies like General Motors follow up with concepts from Cadillac. When we were in the Detroit Auto Show booth, Bob Lutz and his cronies were in there for about an hour and 12 minutes just eyeing this thing, measuring it out. So I wouldn't be surprised in Detroit to see a Cadillac concept 4-door convertible. Another really attractive car here in the ring is the brand new Maserati Coupe Spider. Much better looking car than its previous generation. Very sexy body, and it looks really cool in this blue color. And of course, you know, you're not going to be disappointed in the interior. But what you may be disappointed in knowing Maserati is the reliability. I've got friends who have the Quattroportes, and every 10 days or so I see a flatbed showing up to my house to cart off their Quattroporte to the dealer for service. And I understand that they did a press ride and drive on this car, and the rumor going around is, although it looks unbelievably gorgeous, this car was very heavy and sloppy on the road. They weren't crazy about the handling. Some of the bigger magazines that I talked to said that they thought it was a heavy car and it didn't handle as how they expected. But we'll wait to drive it before we give it the final judgment. The Maserati Gran Turismo. Very attractive. Outstanding design. But you'd expect that from Maserati and Ferrari. We showed you this car at the Los Angeles Auto Show. This is the Mustang by Giugiaro, and it has a little story behind this car. This car, believe it or not, has been around for about 3 years. It was sitting somewhere in some lab or garage, and it finally made it to show at the LA Auto Show. And Ford usually works with companies to pitch in to pay for these concepts, which can run in the millions of dollars. But the rumor going around this car is Giugiaro spent $3 million on this, and Ford didn't even contribute a dime to the development of this car. And it's unfortunate because this is what we think the Mustang should look like. Hopefully the next generation will have an attitude like this, and they're going to need to do something when General Motors brings out the Camaro, which looks way more aggressive than the current generation Mustang. Now here's the GM concept that's been around for ages, the Cadillac CN concept, very Ferrari, Lamborghini looking, very pretty. We haven't seen it come to market, obviously, but maybe there's a reason why it's here. Maybe they've seen the success of the Gallardo and other cars like it, the R8, and maybe this is back on the drawing board at GM. And right next to it is the next generation CTS 2008 version, which Auto Spies will be driving this week. We're going to have a great press preview, lots of photos for you. Very, very nice looking car. They've done a really good job with the exterior design. And really all this car needs to do is be better than the last version, because the last version was successful for them. It's never going to be a BMW 3 Series in our opinion, but it's a much better car and a major step forward from the last generation, and we expect more good things coming from Cadillac soon. And last but not least here in the ring or on the lawn is the new Callaway C16 Speedster, which has a lot of resemblance to a Corvette, as you can see from the inside. Like the design, very cool. I like the back here behind the seats, almost like two integrated racing helmets. Very interesting. And we have the designer of the new Speedster and the founder of the company, Reeves Callaway, right here. Guys, how are you?
Morning, morning, morning.
Tell us a little bit about the Speedster.
This is a seriously fast automobile. 700 horsepower, topless, 210 mile an hour, 0 to 60 in 3.2. $305,000. I think probably the best thing looking here on the lawn.
Very nice looking. We have the designer here. Could you give us your name?
Paul Deutschman.
Hi, Paul.
And I've been working with Reeves for almost 20 years now. And this, I know it sounds cliche, but this is the best yet.
Tell us a little bit about the design and why it looks the way it does. What is the main feature of the car and the design, things that you worked on when you were penning it?
Well, it's got the base of the C16 Callaway, and what we wanted to do is make a dramatic statement, and going with the two small windshields. The extended cowl is a pretty unique design that effectively reproportions the car. It makes it much more dramatic, a lot more hood length, and of course I think the best, the most memorable feature is the helmet holders in the back.
Yeah, that's what we thought it was. I didn't know exactly what it was. Why don't we walk over here and tell us a little bit about that? Because I thought that was really, I've never seen that before in a car.
I mean, this is one way to encourage people to wear helmets while they're driving the car, is by presenting them and by integrating them completely with the body styling.
And what is the body made of? Is it a fiberglass body like a Corvette?
It's a composite body.
Okay.
With, optional carbon fiber. Yeah. And but yeah, I think that this is a definitive design feature. If I had to pick one, that's the most unique, and as far as I know, it's the first time it's been done.
And they just pop right out of there?
Yeah, there's a button release in the car, and you open the rear deck, and you have just quick access to both helmets.
I like that a lot. Yeah. Very nice car. The Speedster from Callaway. We're live at the lawn at the Lodge at Pebble Beach in the 2007 Concours D'Elegance. This is Agent 001 from Autospies.com saying, spy before you buy.